Okay, this is We Are Snacks, and this is Chapter 2. It's a cash flow illustration problem number 4. Okay, so print this off. I'm going to work it. There's not enough space here anyway. So print it off, and then we'll work it together. Okay, so what we know, again, we've got raw materials, work in process, and finished goods, beginning and ending balances. This is for the year. Okay, they make all their own snacks with quality ingredients and specialize in baked goods. We've also got what's been issued to production, like out of raw materials. And then they give us some more information, and then there's some questions. So we know that we have to start out with this. Better get better. See, maybe it'll clear itself up. We got to start out with 3 T accounts. Still not clear. Make them pretty long, so you've got lots of room in here. And I've got raw materials, work in process, and finished goods inventory. These are 3 inventory accounts, right? And our raw material beginning balance is 14. And our ending balance, let's skip some space here, ending balance is 5. And work in process, the beginning balance is 12. And our ending balance is 17. I'm going to give that 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Ending balance is 17. And finished goods, our beginning balance is 40. And the ending balance is 15. Just in case. Now what else do we know? We know the issue to production, that direct materials was $35. So we've got 35 here. Direct materials that goes to work in process. Okay, those are direct materials. What else? Indirect materials were 4, so 4 comes out of here. Indirect materials, we'll start a manufacturing overhead T account and put indirect materials here of $4. $4, right? Yeah. Okay, direct labor is 40, so we know direct labor is 40. And what else do we know? Rent, property taxes, depreciation, maintenance on the factory, those are all, the total there is $55. The key verbiage there is on the factory, so I've got $55 that's got to go here for manufacturing overhead. I'm just going to call it factory expenses. Okay, 55. We've got selling and administrative and sales. We don't need that. But we've also got indirect labor. Indirect labor is 6. So we've got indirect raw materials, indirect labor, factory expenses. That's pretty good, right? The only thing we've got to figure out now is what our manufacturing overhead is. Okay, then we're pretty much ready to roll here. Did it tell us any more information? I don't see anything else. Yep, except for selling and administrative. We've covered it all. So our total manufacturing overhead would have been 65. And here, if I've got 5 left and I took 39 out, then this must have been 44, right? Which means we purchased 30 purchases of raw material. Okay, and sometimes it really helps to have a little note like that, just in case you need it later. Yeah, you will need it. No, I don't know if you need it later. Okay, so 35 then went over here. That went to overhead. For work in process, what do we have? We've got 7 and 5 is 12 and 2 and 1, 5, 9, 15, 152. My ending balance is 17, so we know that 152 minus 17, let's see. $152 minus 17, I've got 135. This has to be 135. So we know that cost of goods manufactured, okay, these are the costs added to beginning work in process minus ending work in process. Cost of goods manufactured is $135, and that would go to finished goods. Okay? Okay. I feel like we're missing something, but we'll see what happens. 135. So now here I've got 175 in, yeah, okay. 135 came over, 175 is available, 15 is left over, so we must have had 160 that went to cost of goods sold, okay? That is cost of goods sold. Okay, 175, that's 160, 175. Okay, I don't think I made too many mistakes. Alright, so now let's do a real quick income statement. I've got sales. Sales are 210 plus cost of goods sold. We know what that is 160. Gives us gross profit of 50. Of 50 less selling and administrative expenses, 32. So operating income is 18. Okay, so now let's answer these questions. Let's figure out prime and conversion cost too. So prime, I'll move this up a little bit. See if it focuses. Prime. Prime cost would be direct material. The direct material used was 35. And direct labor was 40. So prime costs are 75. And conversion is direct labor of 40, and manufacturing overhead is 65, so conversion is 105. Now we're ready, okay? What materials were purchased? So for A, the purchases were the 30 in our raw material T account. Okay, I'm going to put this up here, I'll show you later. That's what was purchased. B is asking what were prime costs. And our prime costs were, just lost them, 75. That's B right here. And C, what were conversion costs? Conversion costs are 105. And D is cost of goods manufactured. Cost of goods manufactured comes from our work in process T account, and that's where we would analyze it. Cost of goods manufactured is 135. And E, where are we now? Cost of goods sold, analyze finished goods. That would also come right out of our finished goods T account. So cost of goods sold is 160. And finally, identify whether the materials, labor, and overhead are variable, fixed, or mixed. Well, we know that, so what do we have for F? This is F, right? F. We've got materials. Materials would be variable, okay, especially direct materials, but we're going to say that that would be variable. And then the next labor that would change per unit would also be variable. Oh, I don't know about this though. It's kind of hard without having a few more numbers to make a decision like that. The direct is for sure. Well, let's say this. The direct is variable. The indirect could be variable or fixed. Therefore, I'm going to say mixed for both of them. Okay, because if part of our labor was for management, then that would be a fixed cost. Okay, so we'll say that they're mixed. And how about overhead? Manufacturing overhead. We've got material, we've got factory expenses in there, including depreciation. That would definitely be a mixed cost. Okay.